let's solve this absolute value inequality. We have negative 2 times the absolute value of x minus 1 minus 5 is greater than or equal to negative 15. Right, so remember, because it's an inequality, we also need to graph the solution on the number line and express the solution in interval notation. First thing we always want to do is we always want to isolate the absolute value. Okay? So in this case, this negative 2 should be moved over to the other side, and this minus 5 should be moved over to the other side. We want to use the properties of equality, right? So first thing we want to do is add the 5, and we're going to do that to both sides. So we get negative 2 times the absolute value of x minus 1 is greater than or equal to negative 10. Next thing we want to do is we want to divide, in this case, both sides by negative 2. Okay, so when we divide both sides by negative 2, notice that in this case, the negative 2's cancel out, which is sort of the goal, right? We do want that to happen. We do get the absolute value of x minus 1 by itself. What do we get on the other side, though? Well, negative 10 divided by negative 2 is positive 5, but remember the golden rule, right? Because we divided by a negative number, we have to switch the direction of the inequality. So we get this as our final result. The absolute value is by itself, and we have the less than or equal to a positive number, which is good. From here, we want to set up our two different scenarios, right? Remember, because it's an absolute value, okay, we have to consider two cases, right? We are on the positive side of 0, or positive 5, but also what about the negative side of 0, which is negative 5, right? So x minus 1 is less than or equal to 5, but the other possibility is the negative 5, right? But because we're multiplying by negative, we have to switch the direction of the inequality. Right? So remember, you got to be careful about this. Make sure you understand how to get from here, right, to these two different equations that we have to solve. Okay? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to solve this one first. Let me add the 1, so I get x less than or equal to 6. And here, when I add the 1, I get x greater than or equal to negative 4. So I should be able to sketch both of these on the same number line, right? So here's 0. I'm just going to put negative 4 here, and I'm just going to put the 6 here. Well, let's do this, right? Okay, x is less than or equal to 6. Well, here's 6. In this case, because it's less than or equal to, I need to put a closed circle and then go to the left because we want to be less than 6, right? At negative 4, similarly, it's greater than or equal to. I need to put a closed circle. Because it's greater than, all numbers bigger than negative 4, those are certainly going to be to the right. Notice in this case that these arrows are pointing towards each other. So the answer then will be everything in between. So in interval notation, it should be everything between negative 4 and 6. But because these are closed circles, we need brackets this time, right? So negative 4, 6. So every number between negative 4 and 6 is a solution to the original inequality.